Hello. Today's little video is a little follow up of my Morris Marina. A few of you asked to see how it was getting on after 2 years of ownership, so I thought it was give you a little run around it, show you how it's looking now.
Now, since I originally recorded this video back in June of last year, I have actually sold the car, but when I recorded it, the sound quality was really poor, so I never actually uploaded it. So unfortunately, you're going to have me dub over the top for a few minutes. Now, you need to watch the previous video to see the story behind the car, but the rough story is, in 1981, it got put into a council lockup, presumably because it had hit something, because there was some damage to the undersides, and it was left there until the mid-2000s, when it ended up in a local scrapyard, where the previous owner saw it, purchased it, brought it home, made a start recommissioning it, slipped with a knife while removing the fuel tank and badly cut 2 fingers. He then decided to leave the car in his barn for 10 years until he met me and offered the car to me, and I brought it home and made the work on it. Once I got the car home, me and my dad made a start of recommissioning it. New brakes, new tyres, put the prop shaft and fuel tank back in, got the engine running nicely, you know, the average sort of stuff. Then the bodywork was unbelievably good, but it was covered in a black wax, so I cleaned that off with some panel wipe and gave it a good hand polish. And what you see in this video is basically how it looked after. I haven't done any bodywork to it since. It's absolutely outstanding. Though technically the car is as it would have been when it was 4 years old. It only done 25,000 miles, and you know, it was literally a time warp. I had the car for about 2 years and done around 2,000 miles in it with no problems whatsoever. One of the first shows I'd done in it was the NEC Classic Car Show in Birmingham in 2018, when the Morris Marina Owners Club asked whether I'd like to display it on their club stand. Naturally, I jumped at the opportunity, and it spent the 3 days in the stand getting lots of admirers and comments. Another one of the big shows I've done was the Haggerty Festival of the Unexceptional, which was at the Deluxe Estate near Milton Keynes in 2019. My car was one of the 50 cars picked to be displayed in the Concours de l'Ordinaire, and it's basically a show to celebrate the ordinary, mundane cars. Bit of a tongue-in-cheek thing. There was about 50 cars, all ranging from different models: Peugeots 305s, Renault 6s, you know, the average sort of stuff, Hillman Avengers, that sort of stuff. Anyway, the judges go around, pick the cars they like, chat to the owners, you know, that kind of thing. It was a brilliant show, in fact. Made even better that I was actually picked of the winner of the show, which absolutely dumbfounded me. I was absolutely surprised. The prize was just a mug of tea, which was, yeah, a tongue in cheek, but very nice thing to get. And you got your pictures taken for the local magazines, local newspapers, and the classic car magazines. It was a fantastic opportunity, and I'll definitely be doing it again once COVID is over.
Here's the interior. Hang on. Right, there we go. So that's the current mileage. If we focus. Hang on. Wow, 27,000. There you go. Just basic honest motoring. Bear in mind, this is all completely original in this car. None of it's had to be restored. Interior is all original. From new, it didn't have a radio feed, although admittedly I've cheated and I've put a mechanicless stereo in the glove box. It's one of them little stumpy ones with a short body that takes a USB stick, so it fits in nicely with a little surround. Keeps it hidden away, and you get your thumping sounds from your single speaker hidden behind here, which strangely it had the original speaker fitted and it had an aerial, but it's never had a radio, so I've never really worked that one out. You got your obviously your switch gear, a fan here, your choke. You had your hazard lights with a ping pong ball hidden there somewhere. Ashtray with a key, which I don't actually know what that's for, but the other way. Your cigarette lighter would have gone there. Sorry. Headlights. Heated rear window. Had all the mod cons. Your bonnet pull, which is there. And that's it really. Oh, you got an interior light as well, which you could operate manually. And and you got a mirror for your passengers. Boot floor. Still amazingly good. Under that, spare wheel is kept here. Pop that up. Back you go. And there's your spare wheel. Not sure if I want to use that tyre really, because it's the original spare still, but you know, it's there. Never quite understood why the tailgates on these never shut properly. That has unfortunately had a few comments. Well, there's obviously a reason for it. I know the hump in the roof is just obviously for the hinges to go in. There's the that was the original dealer. As you can see, the engine bay is very, very tidy. There's honestly no rust in this car at all. I haven't done any paintwork on it other than give the wheels a lick of Hammerite silver to freshen them back up again. The bodywork, I mean, there's this, I don't know if you can see the camera very well, but there's obviously little spider legs underneath the paintwork. You can just about make them out. A little bit here. It's all solid, just like spider webs, spider legs. This is the roof. It's got some scratches on the roof where I believe it had loads of stuff stored on top of it in the barn or the garage, and it's scuffed over the years. There's a few, can't see very well this side, but there's a few little parking dents on it. Obviously it's had stuff stored up, basically damaged from where it's been stored for so many years. But it must be a hell of a dry garage. It's all the seals. You know you've got a good Marina when you tap the seal and it sounds like that. It's hollow. That's totally original. The mud flaps are original. I fitted an AA badge, but everything else completely original. Obviously I put a new battery on it. Well, I could cover out a lick of paint. Should we start it up? There you go. Just like a Jaguar. This is the little 1275 A series engine. People like to slate them, but they're good, strong little engines. Not the fastest, but they're of an era. You know, that's what they're designed for. Give her a little rev. I also quite like the fact it's still got a antifreeze in the window, which move the camera very well. But it's worn a bit. It's due to be it's fitted in 1979. It's the 17th of the 10th, I think, 79. So I have changed it since. So yeah, it's fresh now. So now that I've bored you with the walk around of the car, we'll take you for a little spin in it, shall we? Now, whenever I tell somebody I own a Marina as a classic, they often laugh, which I think is a little bit rude. They say, oh, what a heap they were, oh, badly made car, worst car ever made. Well, that's rubbish, isn't it? Personally, my experience with them is they're a good little car. You know, they were never designed to be exotic. They were designed to be a cheap, you know, an affordable way for a family to travel in the 70s, and they did what they were designed to do. I mean, they sold in millions. They're the highest selling vehicles in the time, and I can see why. They're nippy enough, roomy. I mean, this obviously being an estate is roomier, but with the back seats loaded down, I've had a tumble dryer in the back end, full packaging, lay down, and loads of room still left to spare. The beauty with these, the back seat completely goes flat. So you have a completely flat low bed all the way up to these front seats. Another criticism of them was obviously the handling, which early ones weren't great, but they quickly improved them. But obviously the reputation stuck by then. I mean, this one isn't so good because it's being an estate model and hasn't got front anti-roll bars. But an upgrade you can do is potty push them. You can potty push the front tie bars and you can potty push the steering rack to the bulkhead. And they do improve it. I've done the potty push to the front tie bars, and that has helped. Obviously with modern tyres as well. The trunnions are a little bit crashy. You go over a bump, they just tend to sort of bang a little bit rather than bounce. You have got to keep them greased up. I mean, the roads don't get much better than this. You go down a single track lane at the moment full of potholes. Even my modern car, which is a 5-year-old Ford Grand C-Max, is pretty rough on this road. So, the 1800 versions of these, and I have to say they're quite nippy, a lot quicker than these in fact, but the engines aren't quite as nice. They're quite a coarse, yeah, you went down, mate. They're quite a coarse engine in the 1800s, but these are quite sweet. A lot of Marina owners actually say that the 1300s are the best engines of these. I mean, brakes are sharp, there you go, absolutely fine. Disc brakes on front, drums on rear.
In 2019, I went along to the Morris Marina National Rally, which was held in North Wales. I live in Suffolk, so it was around a 700-mile round trip that weekend. Leaving my house, driving up there with a group of friends. We did the Horseshoe Pass twice. It was an absolutely fantastic weekend. Lovely weather, lots of fun, and the marinas were really, really good. We didn't have any problems with any of them. As you can see from the photos, it was I reckon it was probably about 30 or 40 marinas doing the Horseshoe Pass at one point. Really, really good fun.
So there you go, a little walk around and a drive of my 1977 Morris Marina 1.3 Deluxe Estate. I hope that wasn't too boring for you, but there you go. If it is, sorry. Anyway, take care of yourselves. Hopefully speak again soon with another car. I think there's a possibility of my dad's Ford's Poplar. He's got a 1957 7-beg pop, so maybe try and get over that at some point, but we'll see. But anyway, see you later. Bye bye.